Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Jordan here again with another video, and it's been it's been about 3 weeks since I last uploaded. I don't know why. I can't really give a good reason. I've just been doing other things, but nonetheless, today we're gonna weigh in on YouTube Rewind 2018. I know it's been out for a few days. I was gonna do it the day it drops. I thought it was terrible, but I thought I'd wait until it actually passes 10 mil and becomes the most disliked video on YouTube. So today's the day. It's actually funny. A lot of people, I saw them undisliking Justin Bieber's baby video just so Rewind could pass it even quicker, which is, you know, some of the things people do in a dark situation is fascinating, to say the least. But nonetheless, honestly, I didn't really like Rewind that much. There wasn't really much in there. Things that I thought should have been in there was like PewDiePie, Mr. Beast, the boxing fights, David Dobrik, for example, Shane Dawson, so on. There are a lot of things that should have been in there, but instead of going on about that, I'm gonna, like, I literally wrote down a list of all the things I thought should have been in there, could have been in there, and like reasons why YouTube didn't include them. And I had a whole script planned out the day before today. But the more I've been watching other creators release their videos talking about their issues with it, and like I slowly start to realize that a lot of us are really entitled. There seems to be this whole entitlement thing with YouTube where it's like, oh, YouTube Rewind should be here to celebrate the creators. It should be here to appreciate me and all my work and my videos. I've heard people saying, why aren't I in it? You know, why I've got this many subscribers, I should be in there. I had this much impact, I should be in there. And it's just funny to see how entitled so many people really are. Now, don't get me wrong, as I said previously in the video, I didn't like Rewind that much either. And if I was in control of it, obviously I would do things a lot differently. For example, I wouldn't have Liza Koshy or Lily Singh or any of the big YouTubers in there. I would have some sort of system where I like celebrate the upcoming creators, so people that came from like 0 to 1 million or 1 mil to 2 mil, instead of people that are already big on their platform. But that's just me. I've always had that issue with it. But some people, man, they're really angry about it, and it's interesting. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but Niga Higa, he always releases his Rewind each year, and there are a lot of other creators that do their own like year in review thing. So I'm not really sure why these people that are so angry about it, why they don't do their own. And it's not to sound malicious, like I'm not angry, I don't really care that much. It's just, I guess I thought I'd have a different opinion instead of reproducing what everyone else is saying. I also think it's interesting how some people are pissed off that YouTube are, you know, allegedly doing this for brands and for advertisers, when literally this time last year, well, like, you know, not literally this time, but this last year, people were really angry and pissed off that the whole adpocalypse, saying how they're not getting enough ads on their videos. People talking about how they're not getting enough ads on their videos and how they're not making any money and how bad YouTube is for not accommodating for this, and, you know, people want a stable income and blah blah blah, and YouTube not doing enough for their brands. And then, you know, fast forward a year and YouTube allegedly made this video for brands, for security, for keeping advertisers happy, and suddenly everyone's pissed off thinking, oh, this should be about me. Now, regarding the things that people wanted to be in there, like I said before, PewDiePie, Mr. Beast, the boxing fights, the Paul brothers, Shane Dawson, or maybe some meme references to like Thanos or Ugandan Knuckles, the whole Waluigi not being in Smash thing, TikTok, like, yeah, all these things are cool and it would be nice to see them in there. But bear in mind, as I said, imagine YouTube had Logan Paul in there. Like, everyone here obviously knows what the media does sometimes with videos and like how they twist words to make it seem a lot worse than it is. Just imagine the headlines if if PewDiePie or Logan Paul was in there. It will be, oh, YouTube supports controversial artist, YouTube promotes controversial vlogger, YouTube does this, and that's just not good for anyone. Imagine if YouTube did exactly what people supposedly want them to do, and then we have another adpocalypse next year. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen for sure. This is obviously just my opinion. I'm not an advertiser. I don't know how it all works, but I feel like even though YouTube didn't miss the mark, like they didn't hit the mark this time, they kind of missed their intentions. I do think it's better to have one bad video than another 6 months of no ads. That's the way I think about it, at least. Some things that I thought would be cool to have in there would be like F2, the football channel, since they mentioned football, or maybe the Cristiano Ronaldo thing. You could have mentioned Arsene Wenger. He was a big topic when he left Arsenal this year regarding football. No mention to Kendrick Lamar or This Is America, John Tron with the flex tape video. God's Plan wasn't in there by Drake. But as I said, you know, I didn't make the video. I didn't invest any money into YouTube. I don't have an opinion. Well, I have an opinion, but I have no right to say what should have or shouldn't have been in there. This is like their artistic vision, and it's not up to me or up to any creator really to say this, that and the other. Now don't get me wrong, YouTube is only great because of the creators, but nonetheless it's a touchy one for me. I mean, I dislike the video just like everyone else, but that's just the way I'm thinking about it now. One thing that I didn't like, that I know a lot of people have their own issues with it, but I seem to notice a lot of people are angry about the things that weren't in there. But me, things that I'm not happy about that was in there was, like I said at the beginning, if it were up to me, I wouldn't have put Liza Koshy or, I mean, I like Marquez, I like Casey Neistat and that, but you don't want to have the same faces in there every time. I don't think Casey, for example, I don't think he had the same impact this year as he's had every other year. Like, it's hard to quantify his growth as such, considering he's been big for a very long time. But I also didn't like how Big Shaq was in there. Like, I understand he was a big meme last year, but that was last year. That was Rewind 2017, not 2018. He hasn't really been up to much this year, and especially because he's the only UK, the only British like creator in the whole video. It's almost as if he's representing us as a whole, and that's just not a real representation as such as of the UK. Like, some people are talking about I forgot his name, like Casey, no, I don't know, I can't remember his name. Casper, that's the one, Casper Lee. People talking about him. He's not British. He's I think he lives here now, but he's South African. I don't like how people are like mixing that up. And obviously people are angry about Ninja, who's not a YouTuber, Will Smith, who's not a YouTuber, and the late night show hosts. I don't really care that much about that. Like, this was a big year for Ninja. And if you're mad that Ninja's not a YouTuber, like, Fortnite isn't a YouTube specific thing, it's just a big trend. So that kind of makes sense, but I do understand how, like, it's not right in a way to have Ninja in there but not the like native YouTube streamers, but that's obviously an issue for another day. I really liked Marquez's video, Marquez Brownlee or MKBHD. He touched on this in a very, very good way, very comprehensive viewpoint on it, talking about how it's for brands, how they were being too PC, like too politically correct, I mean, like avoiding controversial matters. They made it a few months prior, so it's difficult to like bend things, and Marquez really touched on a lot of the issues and like his beliefs on it. One thing that I was especially like, I didn't notice the first time, but when he said it, I watched it again and I saw it like in its entirety, was how they just bunched loads of clips together, and you kind of lose the intention when you're having 4 or 5 second clips. Like Marquez and Casey as well, they both mentioned that they were recording all day, like a 12-hour shoot just to get the scene. Then when you actually watch the video, it's only actually 4 or 5 seconds, which kind of, it loses a lot of the context when you just have a quick blow for blow kind of structure. But nonetheless, I don't know, I feel like a lot of us are really entitled. We kind of wanted it to be a certain thing, and let's be honest, we have no power over it. I know some people wouldn't, they're not happy with it being a powerless situation, but that's kind of the way it is. I don't like how people are angry at YouTube for doing something that YouTube do, even though like it's YouTube's decision to do it. And I'm surprised that a lot of people aren't appreciating the security, I suppose, that YouTube offered by making this. Now don't get me wrong, it's possible that brands would be like, wow, YouTube don't even understand their creators, that's why they have so many dislikes. But at the same time, making a safe thing, making something that will make the advertisers more happy, in a perfect world, I suppose, makes a lot of sense, especially given the adpocalypse of last year. But that's basically my opinion on it. That's my 2 cents on the situation. Let me know down below if you agree or disagree, or nonetheless, I do want to hear what you guys think regarding this whole issue. Drop a like if you enjoyed it, drop a dislike if you didn't, subscribe if you want to see more videos, and blah blah blah, all that shameless plugging and stuff. But nonetheless, that's basically it for me, so peace out.